Hello everybody, welcome to another video. We've come up to a very noisy local woods at the moment. Popped up to have a look at the bird feeders, which seem to be really busy this morning. I'm going to give you a few thoughts on what I've decided to do with the gear and a bit more of a review of the OM system OM-1. So, come have a look at what we've got and we'll take some shots. So you may have seen my video last week where we were at Attenborough Nature Reserve. If you're not, pop the link to the video just up here. Give my first thoughts on the OM-1 and contemplating what I was going to do. This week I've decided I've made the switch. I've sold the full frame gear and I've gone all in for micro 4/3 using the OM system OM-1. It's taken quite a bit of some mulling over. Quite a big decision, but the shots I'm getting are as good, if not slightly better, than I was getting from full frame. The technology is much better being a brand new camera, and it's given me much more freedom to do what I like doing, which is out and about, not tethered to things and sort of worrying about the weight of things. So that's kind of the reason I've gone for it. But I'll give you a bit more information as to what's happening with it, and going to take some more shots for now. So I came up to Watnall Woods this morning, Peter, Tracy and Scott. Generally sort of having a bit of a wander through. It's quite amusing because it's actually the first time that we've all been out with the micro 4/3 camera. Tracy used my old OM-1 Mark II, Peter's got an OM-1 Mark II. Scott's in the background with his EM5 Mark III. Obviously I've got the OM-1 on. Some really lovely birds out. It's kind of funny really, it's kind of like a baby camera convention. But we're going to keep on snapping, and I'll pop some shots up now for you. Let me know what you think in the comments. So what's my thoughts then? Micro 4/3 is giving me as good a result as I've been able to get with full frame. I've not had any issues at all with any of the focusing, any of the controls. Very customisable. It just feels very natural. Yes, there have been a couple of sort of changes to some of the workflow, but nothing too drastic really. Big thing that I'm going to have to sort of go see what the landscape stuff comes out like, but I'm not a big landscape photographer anyway. I'm more sort of woodland, wildlife, that sort of thing. So we'll see how that sort of it comes out. But it's really handy that I went for the kit with the Pro lens, because I know I've got quality glass. So when I'm doing the woodland shots, when I'm doing the landscape, I'm going to get a reasonable result from it. Obviously at the moment, so I've got the equivalent to my old Sigma 150-600. With this, and it's given me great results. I'm certainly not having any issues at all with sort of sharpness or focusing, which a few people have said you do tend to get with the lens, but I think part of the problem with that is they're treating it as a small lens. You really need to treat it as a 600mm lens. Once you do that, you get more chance of getting the shots that you want. But as you can see from the shots I've taken today, yeah, there's no problems with them at all. And the light isn't fantastic, because where I've been taking the shots there isn't a great deal of sunlight at the moment. It's sort of a partly overcast day, but the shots really are speaking for themselves, so I think it's definitely a worthwhile move, and so health-wise, it's all going to help. It's brilliant. So the area where we are in Watnall Wood, the selection of feeders has been set up here. It's really nice. I know there's an argument like don't feed wild birds, but because this is such a well-established set of feeders, it's just perfect. It's great for photography. It's the sort of place, if you want to sort of do some very easy wildlife photography, find yourself a little wood like this that's got some feeders in, and they almost sort of come straight for you for the shots. It's really quite handy. great variety of birds up here as well. So we've seen our first chiff-chaff of the year, which has been really nice to see. They're normally very elusive to photograph as well. They do tend to have a tendency to sing their heart out but be really deep in a tree so you can't see them anywhere. Lots of robins up here, blue tits, grey tits, coal tits floating around. Seen a couple of chaffinches. The jay's been down but I've not managed to get a shot of them yet. I'll be able to get that soon. Really nice to see the long-tailed tits buzzing around as well. They're cute little things. Do tend to keep themselves on the feeders unfortunately, but they're still lovely to see. So Scott, what's your take on the weight of the Olympus cameras?
Very, very light. I love it. Nice and tiny.
Baby cameras.
Baby cameras.
So there we go, that's it. I've quit full frame. I've gone Micro Four Thirds with the Olympus system. I was asked why I didn't look at the Panasonic side of things. Two reasons. One is if I was going to look at a body, it'd probably be the G9, and weight wise it's not much different to the full frame camera setup. Obviously the lens is lighter, but the body itself wasn't too much lighter. And the big thing for me has been the focus system. The Panasonic is still using the contrast detect rather than phase detect, which is built into the sensor on the Olympus. So that was a big draw to me. And obviously with the OM-1's tracking, which is absolutely amazing, it's just a no-brainer for me. I know some people say that contrast detect, the way that the processor manages it, it's as good as the phase detect, but the big draw for me has been with having the tracking on this. For the wildlife shots that I take, it's just perfect. So that was the reason for it. Now, I haven't completely got rid of all my full frame kit. I've still got a 5D Mark 1, the original one that came out in 2005, and I've kept the 24-105 lens because it works really well with it. So if I do want a full frame fix, I've got it to hand. Like I said, it was pro grade camera back in 2005, so the shots it takes are fantastic. But it was one of those sort of the newer kit that's all gone now. So we're into the realms of the baby camera. But I'm going to take a few more shots now of the birds. We're just waiting for the jays to pop around, but I'm going to say they're still being a little bit elusive at the moment, but hopefully we'll be able to get a couple of shots for you. But I'll pop anything up that's interesting. But for now, thanks for watching. Please do like, subscribe, drop us a comment below, and we'll see you again on the next one.